Never catch Phil Stern or Jeff Gantz, okay? Because they're over 90 each. I'm not going to get that far. But it's a commitment I've made a long time ago that LCIF is a project that I believe in, so I've gone out and I've asked clubs. And one of the times when I was doing the Site First 2, I asked the people in our Colts Neck Club to donate. I wanted them to be a model club. They raise a lot of money. So they turned around and they said, well, what are you doing? I said, by the time of the end of the campaign, I'm going to have at least 4 progressives. They said, okay, we're going to have $25,000 as our goal to be a model club, and hopefully we'll hit 30 or 40,000 by the time we're done. Well, they're over 25,000 now, I can tell you that. I don't know how close they are exactly, but I will get that report sooner or later. So it's not something that you have to be ashamed of, because you helped so many people by making this contribution. So if you have a progressive or you have a single Melvin Jones, it's a fellowship, it's an honor, it's not an award. It's something that has to be earned, and that's a great thing, but you help so many people. One of the questions I've gotten asked recently is, what are they doing with all the millions of dollars they're getting for Haiti? Did you see anything in the magazine yet? There's been a little story. But most of the money that they're getting for Haiti, we are putting out food, blankets, beds, anything that's a necessity, immediate necessity right now. But the bulk of the money isn't being spent right now because the way the structure of that country is, it's almost impossible to get anything done and get stuff from one place to another part of the city. My whole idea is send the whole Air Force that we have with their helicopters, pick it up on the tarmac and drop it in the city where it's needed, and forget about the fact that you can't get across the roads. Don't tell me that's an obstacle, because you've got a way around it. But the governments can't seem to get to do that. But so what we're doing is that when things settle down and we're constantly working on the project with the immediate stuff, we're going to be building the houses and the schools and the orphanages that those kids are going to need down there for losing all their parents, the same way as we did when the tsunami hit over in Indonesia and places like that. So you don't see a lot of what we've done right now, because it's not a whole lot. $4 million is a lot to me, but it's not a whole lot when you see what's been coming in. So that's what's happening right now. But you can rest assured that when everybody else is out of town, the Lions are still going to be there building and taking care of those kids until they're grown-ups. So that's a good thing. You want all the statistics? Sure you do. I'll give you 6 of them, because 47 pages is way too many. The program started in 1968, and since that time, this little state of New Jersey has only gotten back $1,266,613.58. Have no idea where the change comes from, but I know it's a lot of money. We've gotten everything from vans to rebuilding the buildings that are camps. We've gotten equipment for the hospitals in our area to do special eye surgeries and things like that. We've also had, in New Jersey, we have places like Bound Brook and up in that neighborhood in 16D that have a lot of tendency to flood. Places in the Passaic County, around the Wayne area, they have a tendency to flood all the time. So the governors in those areas, whenever there's a flood and people have a problem, just have to make a phone call, document what the story is as far as the emergency, and the next morning they got a FedEx check coming for $10,000 to take care of immediate needs. We get a lot of money back because of those kind of flood conditions here in New Jersey. Contribution-wise, I didn't total it up, so I'll just tell you by districts. As of March 30th, we had $49,877 was donated by 16A this year. 16B, $101,735.65. 16C, $75,346.82. And 16D, $14,635 even. And 16E, they're embarrassing, $184,896.10. Jeff is telling me it's over $3 million since we started and donated in New Jersey. So we've gotten almost half of what we've donated into LCIF back in contributions since it started. Tonight we'll have a much more brief report because we're going to have an awful lot of things to do. So I thank you, and that's my report.
Thank you, Past Council Chair Mel. For your information, and I asked the same question last year and the year before, the reason why we have changed the Leo's clubs in 16C, in many cases, go out and ask for money for LCIF, and they give all of it. So when you get change, just like you do a white cane, you don't get the exact dollar total. You might get 75 cents, 10 cents, 30 cents. So that's how the change came about. And I never knew that until last year. Our next report is State Site Chair Committee Joan Lakowski, who after the PDG luncheon this morning ran out very quickly because she and her husband are on the way to a graduation in Pennsylvania. And they had to be there by 6 o'clock. So she handed me the report. And if you'll bear with me because it's written, the State Site Committee report as follows. This year there were some challenges with the State Site Committee and how it's the procedures. Last year, as many of you know, the attendance at the state site dinner meetings was poor, and in some cases it was an embarrassment. At the last meeting that was held, there were 25 people there, and that included 3 guest speakers. This year, the State Site Committee Chair asked the Council if some changes could be made, and the Council, who likes to make changes, said, sure. Instead of dinner meetings for this year, the Council said, would it be possible to invite the state projects and have them speak at the Council meetings? All of our sub-districts have site meetings, so in many cases it was redundant to have another meeting, especially if you only have 25 people showed up. So the Council approved, and we said, let's invite the projects to the meetings. The speakers that we had, and many more were invited but just could not get there. Mavis, Camp Marcella, New Jersey Lions Eye Bank, Delaware Valley Eye Bank, HUS, Blind Athletes Association, LERF, and New Jersey Lions Eye Glass Recycling Center. We also did have a short presentation from the Commission for the Blind and Visually Handicapped. Even though they're not a site project, they are involved in what we do. Others were invited, and unfortunately they were not able to attend. How the Council decides to proceed next year, it will be for the new Council to come in to decide that. Past District Governor Paul Tarantino, who's a member of the committee, is contacting all the projects to update the project summaries, rewrite them, and distribute them. If you look through your individual directories, some of the information is a little out of date, and we're trying to get a uniform summary, part of which we can put in all your books, and we know C's has to come out early, so we're trying to get that done. And the other part, we'll put all the summaries on the new website. A speakers bureau is being developed of some of the speakers that we've had in the past and will be available to the clubs sometime over the summer. Respectfully submitted, Joan Lakowski. Our next project committee report was Lions Quest from Lion Mary Niji, and she is not here. If she is here tomorrow, I would like to make her do the presentation tomorrow. I do not know whether she will be here or not. Peace poster contest. Past District Governor Eddie Wee is running around like a chicken without a head, trying to arrange his music seminar, making sure that his new Lions are here, so he is not available to do the peace poster presentation information for Rose Stigliano, who's at a graduation somewhere, I think, in Pennsylvania also. This is a large weekend for graduations, baptisms, confirmations, communions, so many of our members are not here. There is a write-up up in the book. However, if you go out to the hallway and make a quick write, there are copies of each one of the Peace Poster Contest winners from each of the sub-districts. I haven't marked them up what they are. You will know your poster when you see it. Merit Award winner on page 17 of your book. We'll do the show and tell here.